Welcome back, everybody, to episode 23 of the Clean Kitchen Podcast. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kevin.
And we got a fun one today,
yeah, we
don't
do.
we, Kevin?
I like your hat.
Oh, yours looks good, too.
Oh, thank you.
If you're not watching on YouTube, if you're just listening, Kevin and I are wearing Santa hats.
Yeah.
Because today we're going to be talking about top 10 Christmas gift ideas for anyone in your life, whether they enjoy health and nutrition and fitness or just anyone.
Yeah, anyone
right?
can benefit from
apply
these.
to anyone.
Oh yeah.
So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so we're gonna start at number 10.
Okay.
So coming in at number 10, we have,
and this is in no specific order, but starting off at number 10, we have a grounding mat.
I've heard a lot about these. What are they?
So I have one on my feet right now.
Yes. Every episode we
touching my
record,
feet, yes.
Kyle has it at his feet.
So a grounding mat, so basically there are benefits when you put your feet on the earth, when you put your feet on the ground, whether that be, the grass outside, sidewalks are technically grounded, but basically the earth is negatively charged and it's full of electrons. And basically when we put our feet on the ground, those electrons are transferring to our body and can help decrease and fight inflammation.
Oh, interesting.
So basically, by putting your feet on the earth, it's basically the ultimate anti-inflammatory drug.
That's crazy.
With no side effects at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
So getting a grounding mat and plugging it into the ground of an outlet and putting your feet on it is effectively mimicking putting your feet on the earth.
Interesting. The grounding part of the grounding wire in
Yes.
the outlet.
Yes. Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's a great gift. It's super cheap.
Uh-huh.
And we'll leave a link in the description of the one that I use.
Yep, definitely. And to clarify, if you go outside and you're walking on the ground with shoes or socks on, does that count?
You are not grounded.
Okay.
No.
So you got to be barefoot.
Yes, because all shoes, basically there are, let me rewind. There are shoes that have recently come out and companies that are making shoes that are not made with synthetic rubber. And because most shoes are made with synthetic rubber, which you're not grounded if there's synthetic rubber between you and the earth.
Yeah.
But there are companies coming out that are making shoes. I'm not exactly sure what they're made out of, but it's basically to the point where you can wear them, and if you're standing on grass, you are technically grounded because it's like going through the shoe.
Yeah.
So I'm
Get
not
the
sure.
benefit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that material is, but
Yeah. Easier to just get a grounding mat.
yeah, you should get a grounding mat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have wanted to look into those shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll leave that in the description as well.
Yep, definitely. Okay,
right,
that's number 10.
Yep.
Ooh, jinx.
Oh, nice.
Number 9. What is number 9 on the list?
Number 9, we have. Oh, and for those watching, I'll go ahead and just hold up. This is the grounding mat that I have, so you can see what it looks like here.
Yep.
This is from Earthing. No affiliation to them. Number 9, we have something I've talked about on a previous episode: blue light blocking glasses.
They're back.
They
are back.
Back and better than ever. The blue light blocking glasses.
And why do you wear these?
So I wear these every single night after the sun goes down. And now that the sun is going down at like 5:30, I put these on pretty early in the night. And it can help improve our sleep and help us get a deeper sleep and help us fall asleep faster when we wear these before bed, because when the sun goes down, wow, I've never really worn these a lot during the day. It's really weird.
What does it look like?
It's just everything's orange.
Oh.
It almost looks like, it's weird. It almost looks like there's snow outside.
Oh, wow. It's weird. It's definitely not snowing.
Anyway, no, not snowing. Like, it just looks like the trees are covered in snow.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's interesting, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Especially with the
with
big
this light.
yeah.
So when it gets dark outside at night, our body naturally produces melatonin, which helps us fall asleep and stay asleep. But when we expose our eyes to blue light, aka the light from our devices, our screens, or even just overhead light or lamps, that suppresses the production of melatonin, and we don't feel tired, we don't fall asleep, we don't stay asleep.
Yeah.
So basically, by wearing these blue light blocking glasses, you're allowing your body to naturally produce melatonin so you can sleep better, fall asleep and stay asleep.
Yeah.
So that's why I wear these every night, and I love them.
Yeah. We talked about them a lot on the sleep podcast, like you said. But it seems like there's been a lot more focus on just like turning off your lights once it gets dark.
Yes.
So you're minimizing that light exposure. Even like your phone.
Yeah.
I found a setting where you can turn it so your whole screen is red. And so I've tried to do that at night.
Oh yeah.
To reduce the amount of like light that my body's absorbing.
Right, the blue light. Yeah.
Yes,
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
So you can just basically change all the light to, red and orange. So this is from Bond Charge, I believe. So right now, the coupon code's probably going to end. Right now, I do have a 25% off link that works, but I think maybe by the time this episode is released, it may be back to 15%.
Okay.
In which case, we'll leave a link to this in the description. 15% off with code Clean Kitchen. We'll get you that discount.
All right.
Which leads me right into my next product.
Number 8 on the list.
Number 8, which is the Sauna Blanket. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been talking about this a lot recently because I've been using it a lot recently. And it's an infrared sauna blanket. Again, from the same brand, Bond Charge. Fantastic brand. They make a ton of great products. But this infrared sauna blanket, it's very similar in terms of a health perspective from just getting into a normal sauna. But it's basically like a sleeping bag. You get in, let me start over. You roll it out, you plug it in, you set it to a certain temperature, and then you get in and you just you let your body do its thing. You sweat, and you receive all of these benefits that you would get from a normal sauna session.
Yes. A lot of people do not have access to a sauna, a full-on sauna.
Right.
And so this is a way for people to get those benefits in a much easier way. And the blanket itself, even when it's rolled out, isn't too big.
No.
But the storage of it is so nice. That you roll it back up and put it away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Way cheaper, way less room than a normal sauna, obviously. Way more portable. So a lot of good benefits there, and I've been loving that product.
How long do you stay in the blanket?
Normally 20, 25 minutes.
Oh, it's long, yeah.
Yeah, 25.
What do you do when you're in there?
Normally I just lay there.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you ever fall asleep?
No, not like, maybe, no, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but also maybe listen to a podcast, listen to some music. But I do like doing it. I do like just laying there in silence.
Yeah.
It's almost like a form of meditation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Sauna blanket.
Yeah, sauna blanket.
Number 8.
Yeah, number 8.
Okay.
Oh, that was number 8.
That was number 8,
okay.
yes. Moving on to number 7. A lot of people love to get books for Christmas.
Yes.
Do you have any book recommendations?
I do have a few book recommendations, and I want to highlight 3 of them specifically right now. The first one is The Joy of Well-Being.
Ooh.
This is from Colleen and Jason. I'm going to pronounce their last name wrong. Wachub, I think. I don't know. But they are the co-founders of Mind Body Green, if you've heard of that before. It's a supplement brand, and then also they have like different online health certifications that you can get. So this is a fantastic book. It really walks you through, like what you should be eating, but then also just like healthy lifestyle habits in general. So like how to improve your sleep, how to reduce stress, and all these other things, like different breathing techniques and things like that. So it's really like a really good, well-rounded book with a lot of great information.
It sounds like
easy to read.
Yeah, for maybe someone just getting started on their health journey, a good primer on a lot of the benefits.
For sure.
Yep, I like that.
So I love that book. Another one I have here is from Dr. Mark Hyman. This is Food, What the Heck Should I Eat?
All right.
And this was one of the first books I read when I really got into healthy eating. And it just basically breaks down every food category in a simple, easy to understand way and tells you basically what you should be eating versus avoiding.
All right, I like that.
And I love this book. I recommend this to anyone who, is maybe newer to a clean and healthy diet and just wants to learn more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good information in here.
Yeah. Knowing what you're putting in your body, extremely important.
Yep. And then another book that I read very early on in my health journey is this one by Dr. Michael Ruscio. This is Healthy Gut, Healthy You. And if you're specifically dealing with gut issues, which most people are nowadays, and on the front of this cover, it says, your gut is so incredibly important. It can impact things like mood, your energy levels, your sleep, your skin, your metabolism, and obviously your digestion. So very, very important.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend this to anyone looking to improve their gut health. As you can see, I got some.
Oh yeah, you got some highlights in there. You actually read this one.
I did. I read all 3 of these. I haven't read all the books on my bookshelf, but I have read all 3 of these, and I enjoy them, and I would recommend them highly.
3 great book options there.
Yep.
For number 7, for the book reader in your life. Moving on to number 6, something that everyone loves to consume is coffee.
Yeah.
But there can be some better ways to consume coffee. So how do you consume your coffee?
So most people consume their coffee, they'll have a coffee maker in their house, but most of the time this contains plastic in some part of the machine. And when we expose hot water to plastic, it can release microplastics, and this plastic can contain harmful chemicals like PFAs and other things which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
So when I was looking for a coffee maker, I wanted to minimize any plastic whatsoever in my coffee maker, and I came across basically two options. It was a French press and then a pour over glass. I don't know. And I recently got a French press, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's 100% stainless steel, no plastic at all whatsoever. Super easy to use, super easy to clean, makes amazing coffee, and that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, no plastics.
No plastics. Yeah.
That one is a good one to have.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what a French press looks like, it's just like this thing. You put the coffee grounds in there, you put hot water in there, you push it down after it sits in there for 4 minutes, and that's it.
Simple.
And then you pour out your coffee.
I like it.
This is what I use every morning.
And what kind of coffee do you drink?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
There are 3 things to look for when you're buying coffee.
Okay.
We've talked about this before, but organic, no synthetic pesticides or herbicides.
Of course.
Of course. Single origin, similar to the olive oil and the other
That's right.
oils. You want to get single origin. You don't want these beans coming from all different countries because you don't know what their regulations are. And then third, and maybe even most important, is mycotoxin free. A lot of coffee beans can contain mold, so we want to make sure we're getting a brand that tests for mycotoxins.
Yep.
And again, we'll leave some in the description, but it's relatively easy to find a brand that tests for mycotoxins.
That's good.
There's many options out there nowadays. Nowadays.
So between those 3 things and then getting a French press, or if you are into pour overs, those 2, you're doing everything you can in terms of coffee.
Yep.
Love it. All right. We are moving on to number 5. We talked about heat exposure. Now we're going to talk about cold exposure. What's number 5, Kyle?
Cold plunge.
Cold plunge.
And the one we're recommending here is not your typical cold plunge that's like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah.
Kevin, you can speak to this. You recently bought one of these.
Yeah, it was $90.
Yeah.
Very affordable. And it's also the other fear that people have is that it just takes up so much space when you have a big bathtub like that. This one is it's kind of like a little blow up that you have, and we have it in our garage.
Yeah,
and that's where we keep it.
Just a circle.
Yeah, for one person, get in, do your cold plunge, and actually keeps cold really, really well. It's from Nordic Way, I think is the name of the brand. We'll link it below. But so many benefits to cold exposure.
Yeah,
and just being able to go in downstairs into the garage and go in the cold plunge for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You feel so much better from it.
And it stays cold for what, 3 weeks or something like that?
Like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. And then you refill it.
Oh, I don't know where I read 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you fill with water, you fill it with ice, you get it to the temperature you want, and then stays fresh for 5 days, and then you
can drain it and then refill it.
And refill it.
Yep.
Okay.
And it actually fills up really quickly. Maybe we hook it up to the hose. Takes maybe 5-6 minutes.
Nice.
So very easy to take care of.
Yeah. And yeah, super easy to use. If you don't have the room or space for that, then a cold shower is also very beneficial. But yeah, cold exposure, it's a fantastic thing.
Absolutely. All right, cruising through, staying on the water theme here.
Oh yeah.
We'll move on to number 4. We've talked about water before, but one way to get the best type of water is with a filter. And what filter do you recommend?
I would recommend the AquaTrue water filter. Okay. So you definitely don't want to be drinking tap water, which can contain many toxic compounds like chlorine, lead, fluoride. A lot of pesticides and herbicides are ending their way up in tap water. Pharmaceuticals, heavy metals, nitrites, PFAs, microplastics, all of these things, not good. We don't want to be drinking tap water. Unfortunately, most filters out there, they don't do a great job of filtering out all of these things, especially since things like pharmaceuticals and microplastics and PFAs are newer. So there's not a lot of filters out there that filter out these things, which is why I recommend a reverse osmosis water filter, which basically filters out everything. And that's what I have. It's an AquaTrue water filter. I talk about them all the time.
Yep.
They are the best brand, in my opinion. They make many different types of filters. They have a glass one. They have an under the sink one. Many different options. And I think I have a coupon code or a link for it's at least $100 off every machine. So.
Yeah. We were even at our parents' house last night, and they just put in because of your recommendation the beneath the sink AquaTrue filter.
Yep.
And that water, it's fresh.
It's good water. It's good water. You can taste it, right?
You can.
It's good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is a great one there. Okay. That is number 4. Coming in at number 3. Let's talk about the air that we're consuming, I guess, through our body.
Yeah, very similar product here. You want to be filtering out your water. You also want to be filtering your air. And my number one product recommendation for this is an AirDoctor.
Okay.
So this is going to filter out basically anything that's in your air that shouldn't be in your air. And especially if you're someone who like always has allergies, or you're always congested, or maybe you're just sensitive to certain things, I would definitely recommend investing in a high quality air purifier, because this can drastically improve the air quality in your home. And the AirDoctor is my all-time favorite air purifier.
Yeah, well, you have it. It's right in front of us, actually. As we're recording, it's in here, and it's on all the time. Is that right?
24/7.
Yep. And we've talked about it before, but the filters, how often do you have to change those filters?
So there's 2 filters in there. One of them I think you change every 6 months, and then one is, I believe, once a year.
Okay, so it's not much work.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I've only had to change one of the filters once so far.
Okay.
And it'll show you, a light will pop up on the front when it's time to change. So you don't need to set a reminder or anything like that.
Yeah.
It can sense it, and it knows when you need to replace your filter.
Okay. And you have this one here, which covers your whole apartment.
Yes.
If you have more space, do you need multiple air filters? Or?
You could definitely, you could get more.
You could,
They make some that are like higher duty as well, which the specific air purifier that I have is from AirDoctor, and this is the AirDoctor 3000, and we just pulled it up here. So this circulates the air in 638 square feet 4 times per hour, or 1,274 square feet 2 times per hour.
Yeah. 2 times an hour seems pretty good circulating the air.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's still pretty good coverage.
Yeah. And my apartment, I don't know, it's probably close to 1,000 square feet, maybe a little more, a little less. So that's circulating the air in my entire apartment twice every hour.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So 48 times a day.
Yeah.
The air is getting filtered out.
Yeah. So depending on how much space you have, I mean, this is a fantastic option. They do make one, I believe it's the AirDoctor 5000, which is even more square footage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Not something a lot of people think about.
And then the more heavy duty AirDoctor is the AirDoctor 5500, which is basically, it circulates the air twice the amount of square feet.
Yeah, twice as much in the same amount of space.
Twice as much, yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So depending on how big your home or apartment or condo or townhouse is, there you go.
Choose the air purifier best for you.
Yeah, and I think I do have a link for them as well. I'll leave that in the description for a couple $100 off, I believe, every air fryer. Yeah. A lot of companies are running deals right now for the holiday season as well. So if you are looking to get any of these products, I recommend getting it before they go out of stock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. This is the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. We've got 2 more on our list. So moving on to number 2, another one that is making a second appearance on the show.
Oh, yeah.
What's number 2, Kyle?
Number 2 is an Oura Ring. And this is something I got, when did I get this? Maybe earlier this year, 7 or 8 months ago, maybe.
Okay.
And I personally only wear this when I'm sleeping to track my sleep and see how much deep sleep, REM sleep, how many times I'm waking up throughout the night, and ultimately giving myself a sleep score every morning so I can see how I slept that night. So that's why I wear this. A lot of people also wear it basically 24/7, so they can track, their exercise and their heart rate and stress levels and things like that. But yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it gives you so much data.
It does.
That one, and then there's Whoop also, which I've used before. The amount of data you get from it is really insane and extremely insightful into how your body operates.
Yeah. So I don't have much others much else to say, but I enjoy it.
That's a good one.
And it's super easy because I literally just put it on one night right before I go to bed, and I'm good.
Yep.
And then take it off in the morning.
Do you have to charge that one?
You do, yeah. Maybe once a week I'll charge it.
Okay. And then
Takes a couple hours to charge, and
Is there a monthly payment or is it a one-time?
Yeah, monthly payment. So $6 a month, I believe. The actual ring is maybe a couple $100.
Okay.
And then $6 a month.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the Oura Ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. All right, number 1 on our list of top 10 best Christmas gifts in no particular order, is
a Theragun. And this is actually not from, I think Theragun is the brand, right?
Brand, yeah.
This is not specifically a Theragun. This is Hyper Ice. Yeah, Hyper Ice. But same thing. You press it, it might be dead. Yeah, it's dead. Really good for soothing your muscles. I love using this if I'm going to golf, or maybe after golf, or maybe before or after tennis or pickleball, or after a hard workout. It's just really good for your muscles. And yeah, I love it.
Yeah, arms, thighs, legs,
yeah,
back,
everything.
all of it.
Yep.
It's an intense,
Calves.
like I remember the first time I used it. It like an intense vibration.
You feel it. Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah, it's I like it. It felt really good.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, Theragun is a great one.
Theragun's a great one.
All right, so that's our top 10, but we got some bonus gifts for you.
Okay.
So we've got some, we'll put these in like a non-toxic category.
Yeah, I think that's
gifts.
appropriate. Yeah.
What falls into that category?
Yeah, so just a few things like, when I think of non-toxic, I think of, not necessarily food items, but just non-toxic things around the house. So first of all, cups. We want to make sure we're drinking out of stainless steel cups.
Yep.
Or glass cups.
Yep, stainless steel.
Kevin's got one right here. Although that might be a plastic lid on there. I can't tell.
That is a plastic lid.
Just kidding. It's not that big a deal. But like a Yeti cup is a perfect example of this. I'll leave a link to some other cups as well. Non-toxic cups that I like. Cookware is a big one. I recommend stainless steel cookware, cast iron, 100% ceramic is also a really good choice. And then there's also some ceramic coated pans that can be good. This is again a controversial topic. The ceramic coated pans, they can be good, but there's not a whole lot of evidence about them yet and the chemicals that they contain. So you got to be careful with it. I do use a ceramic coated pan for things like cooking eggs, like on very, very low heat, and you don't want to scratch the pan at all. So I'd recommend that. But the Flav City cookware set is also a fantastic gift. It's basically all non-toxic cookware. It includes everything you would ever need.
One question too on that. So for cooking, you've mentioned before, I think in Reels too, that you primarily use a stainless steel pan. One thing I didn't think about too was the utensil that you're using shouldn't be plastic. Is that right? Like I have a plastic little frying pan that I use to flip something.
Frying, you mean spatula?
Oh, spatula. So yeah, spatula.
Yeah, ideally I'd say wooden or stainless steel.
Okay.
But I definitely use like silicone.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Which I believe is fine. Yeah, but maybe not plastic.
Not plastic.
So you don't want that heating up and then
exactly.
releasing microplastics into your food.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little bonus tip there.
Yeah, bonus.
That's
sure.
I'm trying to get rid of the plastic spatula.
Yeah. I use mostly silicone, I guess.
You do? Okay.
It doesn't burn.
Yeah.
Or doesn't melt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. What else on the non-toxic list?
Yeah, so things like your bed sheets. If you want to look for something like organic cotton bed sheets or organic bamboo bed sheets, and I'll leave a link to a few of my favorite brands there. Branch Basics is a non-toxic cleaning brand, which is basically the only thing I use for cleaning everything: laundry detergent, hand soap, just spraying down surfaces, mirrors, windows. Branch Basics has you covered. So I recommend them. And they have a starter kit, which is a fantastic gift to give to anyone.
Yeah, that's a really good one. We just got their dishwasher pods. Yeah. And those are really good.
Yeah, you like those. Yeah.
And then like when we're cleaning something too on the ground, we always worry about like the dogs.
Right.
Like, don't want them to lick anything toxic.
Yes.
And no concern with Branch Basics.
Yeah.
So that's huge too.
Yeah, very, very safe for kids and pets.
There you go.
And then again, in the non-toxic category, stainless steel air fryer. That's a big one. A lot of people ask me about that, so I'll leave a couple recommendations down below. And then even something like Active Skin Repair, which is like a Neosporin alternative, that can be a good, stocking stuffer
There you
or something.
go.
Yeah. And again, if I do have a code, I'll leave a link. I'll leave my code in the description as well for all these products.
Get some savings.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot of non-toxic ways that you can improve your living.
Yeah.
There's other supplements too that you take and recommend. What are some of those that could be a good present?
Yeah, 3 of my favorite supplements are going to be things like Armra, which is colostrum. If you don't know what colostrum is, maybe head over to my Instagram and read more about that. And then Seed, which we talked about on last week's episode, which is a probiotic, which is good beneficial bacteria for your gut. And then AG1, which basically I think of as the ultimate multivitamin, multi-mineral, and contains a lot of real whole foods that can really be beneficial for anyone. So these 3 supplements are great for anyone in your life.
Yeah, all right. That's a ton of great ideas for Christmas or a birthday present or whatever it is.
That's true. Could be a birthday present
we
too.
are Christmas themed today.
Yes.
But that is all we've got today.
Yeah, and if we think of anything else between now and the time that we release this podcast episode, we will leave a description of any other gifts that we think may be appropriate for you or your friend or your family in the description of this episode. But hopefully this was helpful for you. Early Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and an early Happy New Year. Although you'll hear our podcast episode for the next month before that happens. But thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you found it helpful. Share this with a friend if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'll see you next week in episode 24.